j'y aille, sinon je vais être en retard.
Ça marche, ciao. Salut les autres de ma part. Et tu t'amuses.
Ça marche, je t'aime.
Ciao.
Regarde ce que tu as fait. Regarde ce que tu as fait.
Regarde ce que tu as fait. Regarde ce que tu as fait.
What a deeply haunting and disturbing piece that I felt was a masterclass in tension and holding the audience with them the whole time. It just showed these flickers of what trauma or psychosis could be in a killer's mind and the cycle of that trauma. That once that evil is witnessed, how it can be insidious inside you. And I thought really sleek storytelling, great framing, and held that ominous tension throughout for sure. Where it felt like a threat was constantly perched, waiting. So great job, and the actors absolutely sold it.
Some really good lead performances, really nice atmosphere, and a good use of a small, isolated setting outside of the first minute or so. It leaves a bit to the imagination with what the threat of the film actually is within the world of the story. There's this kind of implied ongoing cyclicality to the conflict of the film, something that will crop up in other films from this group as well. And that's something that I really like to see, especially in a horror setting. I think that it works well for those kinds of stories, and I think that it's working well here. So, overall, I thought that this was pretty interesting. I liked the directions where the story went. And overall, I just thought that this was well done, well acted.
The tone is set very early. Immediately, you know what kind of film this is going to be. The music is really creepy. It sets that tone as well, with the music and lighting. The imagery and the insert shots were also done very well with the blood going down the drain. The psychological aspect was chilling. The way they did the evil man in his head, sort of, sent a shiver up my spine. That actor was very, good at getting a reaction. The switch between the male and female protagonists and having the man in their head was done really well. It was a twist that was so clear. You immediately knew what was happening, and it was very clever. I've never seen that before in a film, so I thought that switch was seamless.
Such a great premise, and backed up by really strong writing, great performances, just executed perfectly, in my opinion. It also delivers what a horror, and especially a short horror, should deliver, in my opinion, is that great sort of twist or surprise. And even that also executed really well here. Just thoroughly enjoyed this one. Cinematography was also fantastic. The coloring, all that, just set the tone perfectly.
I thought that it was done really, really well. There's a lot to be said about the way that they set this all up, because the guy himself is like dressed nice, like he's in a nice vest and everything like that, and the way that he's just kind of, as they build and build and build, like picks more and more and more apart about not only Jacob, but then about Kendra and how it transfers to her. And then at the very end, he walks in and like they spin it on the audience. I thought it was really, really great, because you spent this time, trying to figure out, like, is he real? Is he not real? Is he just in Jacob's head? Like, what the situation is, and then just to spin around back on the audience, I thought was really clever at the end.
There are things that people have in common that transcends nationality, sexuality, ethnicity, and particularly evil may transcend all boundaries and through the most random of means. Now, look at what you have done deals in part with violence, but also domestic violence, and giving an insight into how surprising and how not surprising domestic violence can appear. Anyway, there is a twist, as there is with any good mystery movie. I dare not repeat it, but I, when I twigged, said, this is a thinker. This isn't just a slasher movie.
Had the whole shot like it was a vampire movie. The low-key lighting and the dark shadows and the really disturbing lighting. It was just very contrasting and very interesting. It's about this guy. He has schizophrenia. He has voices, but it's a repeating pattern of like a therapist starts going through the same thing. And you find out at the end that it was all connected to like people that were victimized and things like that. So that was pretty cool.